All right, everybody, welcome back to Elysium. In this video, I'm going to go over the retro art for the old Brujah clan, and I'm just going to comment on them. We'll see what we've got. I'm familiar with all these pictures. I'm just sharing my thoughts on the artwork. We're going to start with the younger vampires. So here's Lupo by Josh Timbrook. See, I like this vampire. I like his shock of red hair. I like the dead-eyed stare. I do think that he is rather intimidating. Not like, do I see a vampire when I look at this guy? Outside the context of the game, I would probably say no. But in the game, but knowing that I'm playing a vampire game, and we've got this guy out, he's got those glazed over eyes. He does look tough. He's got the potent discipline here. And yeah, I would play with this guy. Do I see a Brujah when I look at him? Yeah, I do. He's got the piercings. He's got the dyed hair. Do I see a vampire? If you say so. I mean, I don't really, but I would play with this vampire. I like him. Next, we have Angel by Dan Smith. Oh, Dan Smith is a staple of Magic the Gathering. I guess he did a bunch of artwork for this game as well. How old is Angel? 2 capacity. Same age as Lupo, only she's got celerity instead of potence. You'll notice the abilities on these older cards are in the lower right, whereas on the newer cards, they're on the left side of the portrait. I don't really like Angel. This picture, there's nothing wrong with the art style. I don't really... there are art styles that I prefer, but I'm not really going to mock any of the art styles. Well, we'll see. We'll see. But this picture just reminds me of a 1980s musical album. Like, this is very much the kind of stuff the 1980s would put out. Do I see a Brujah? Sure. She looks punky. She's got the shaved side of her head. She's got the pink hair. She doesn't look all that intimidating. I mean, I guess she's got the red eyes, but... And she's kind of pale. I mean, do I see a vampire? Not really. Not really. I see a 1980s pop star. I would probably not play with Angel, but, you know, your mileage may vary. Some of you might like her. She's not terrible. She's just nothing to write home about. So, Lawrence Schnelly, illustrated Dre, leader of the Cold Dawn. What do I think of this guy? I see a Brujah when I look at him, and I definitely see a vampire. I mean, he's baring his fangs. That's the least they can do to show me that I've got a vampire on my hands here. I would play with him. He looks good. I'm actually impressed with the artwork. This is the type of artwork that I would prefer to see on most of the vampires that we play with in this game. It looks semi-realistic. It looks like the artist took time to get everything looking right. And it's definitely Brujah, definitely vampire. What more can you ask for? I don't know what the Cold Dawn is. I don't know the lore behind this character. He's a leader of something, even though he's a relatively young vampire with a capacity of 3. But his sneer is a little weird. Why is he sneering? I don't know. Because he's a vampire? Sure. He's fine. I would play with him. I would include him in my deck. And by the way, these old school cards are just as viable in 5th edition. You can still play with them. Next up, we have Hector Sosa. by Mark Teeden. You know, from what I remember in Magic the Gathering, Mark Teeden's work was kind of hit or miss. He was either right on the money or he just did not at all understand what he was doing. Do I see a Brujah here? I don't know, maybe. Like, I see a skateboarder. This is a vampire holding up a skateboard. He's got a cigarette. Uh, sure, I mean, if you say so, he's a Brujah. That probably fits better than any other clan. Do I really see a vampire, though? Aside from that little red gleam in his eyes, which could be coming from his smoldering cigarette there, I don't really see a vampire. I don't find him all that impressive or intimidating. It's a beautiful picture. Very well done. And I can see how the artist is trying to get this character into the spirit of the game, but I just don't see a vampire. This artwork could have been used for an ally or a retainer. Like, if that red gleam was not there, or even with the red gleam, like I said, it could be reflecting the cigarette. He could just be a ghoul retainer. I don't know. Would I play with him? Probably not. It's close, but I would probably just not. He just looks too young. He looks too much like some punk kid. I'm not. I would rather put up somebody more intimidating. My, who have we here? Uma Hatch by Anson Maddox. Anson Maddox was a favorite of many people in Magic the Gathering. He had a tendency to really understand the spirit of the game and just deliver really well on his artwork. And he was one of my favorites. He wasn't my most favorite, but he did some really good work. I have to say, he knocked this one out of the park. This is a Brujah. I love the red leather jacket and the black leather skirt and the black top. I love the pale face. I see a vampire. I definitely see a Brujah. This is magnificent work. I could stare at this all day and just be in awe. She's got the sunken cheeks. She's got the mark over one eye. She's got kind of the sunken eyes, and she just looks intimidating. She looks cool. She looks pretty. I love this picture. I absolutely love this picture of Uma Hatch. She's only a 3 blood, too. I would definitely play with her. She will go in my Brujah decks every time. Absolutely magnificent work. This is an inspired piece of artwork right here. That is a vampire. Perfect. I mean, just knocked it out of the park. Next, we have Yuri the Talon by Richard Kane Ferguson. This one's a little weird to me. My first thought is that this looks like a Nosferatu pretending to be a Brujah. He looks a little too undead, in my opinion. I mean, I like the leather jacket. I like the biker outfit, the glasses. He looks good. It's the artwork is nice. I'm not really sure what I'm looking at in the background, but I do like this guy. I'm about 50-50 on whether or not I would play with him. Let's see, what skills does he have? Oh, he's got regular version of all 3 Brujah skills: Celerity, Potence, and Presence. So he'd be a good addition to the deck. I think that pushes him just into, yeah, I would play with him. He does embody the Brujah nicely with his leathers. Next up, we have by Heather Hudson, Black cat. I'm just not feeling it with this one. I see what they were going for, but she looks like the waitress at a truck stop. I don't feel like I'm playing with a powerful vampire when I look at this picture. Uh, the picture's well done, but I feel like the artist just didn't really understand what their job was. Um, that's about all I have to say about Black Cat. I'm not impressed. I don't fawn over this one nearly as much as I do about Uma Hatch. This is I just I don't want to play with a white trash old lady. I want to play with a vampire. And with a name like Black Cat, she could have been much more elegant. And instead we get this. It's kind of a shame. Oh, and one more thing about Black Cat. Do I see a Brujah? Yeah, I guess so. Do I see a vampire? No, not at all. Not even close. Too much color in her skin. Now we've got Rake, Prince of Atlanta. Brujah with Auspex. Do I see a Brujah? Yes. Do I see a vampire? Not really, but sort of. I mean, he's got purple skin. I don't know why he has purple skin. That's a little weird. He's got the red eyes. He is kind of intimidating. I would probably play with him. He fits the profile of a Brujah, even if the only hint of him being a vampire is those red eyes. So, yeah, why not? I'd play with Rake. He's a prince to boot, so yeah, not bad. A little weird that he's purple, but you can't win them all. All right, and we're continuing on with Bianca. She's cool. She's fine. The artwork is nice. It's by Mark Poole. Mark Poole was one of my favorites in Magic, but he didn't really knock it out of the park in quite the same way with Vampire. I mean, she's definitely a Brujah. She's got the Brujah symbol on her forehead. And I guess the black leather. She's definitely got a punk vibe. I don't really see a vampire here, though. I see somebody who's dolled up for a Halloween party, maybe. I don't know. This one doesn't really wow me, and I think there are better vampires, better looking vampires. She's fine. I mean, I might consider playing with her, but she doesn't have that vampire intimidation about her. Next is a vampire named Anvil. Is he a Brujah? Yeah, I guess so. He kind of has a homeless Brujah look about him. He's definitely a vampire. He's got that going for him. He meets the basic criteria of what you like to see in a vampire that you're going to play with. Well, in my opinion, that is. But again, I go on and off with this guy. I mean, he does look cool. He does look mean. He's definitely a vampire. There's just something about him I don't like, and I can't really put my finger on it. By the way, who did this? Daniel Gellin. Yeah, I've noticed he's kind of a hit or miss artist also. This is a fine picture. As far as Daniel Gellin's work goes, this is one of his better ones. Sure, I guess I'd play with him. I guess I would. I don't know why he's got blood sorcery. He's got that little thaumaturgy star. Yes, Brujah, yes, vampire, but for some reason, I don't like him that much. And we're getting down to the last few here. We've got Miranda Sanova, or Sanova, I don't know. She's a primogen. You know, I like her. I do. That is a Brujah. And somehow, who's our artist, by the way? Ken Meyer Jr. This is a good one. Actually, this is exceptional, I would say. She's got the tattoos on the eye on the right. She's got the little teardrop tattoo on her other eye. It looks like a blood drop. She's got the colored dreadlocks. She's got the pale skin. This is a Brujah, and I would say, yes, this is a vampire because of how pale she is. And just the red eyes. There's something about her that tells me this is a dangerous creature. Stay away from her. She looks nice. She looks cute, but she's clearly not. Yeah, I like her. I like this one. It's a solid piece of art, and I enjoy, like, this is a picture I enjoy looking at. There's just little details that I like. You look closely enough and you can start to appreciate the little things that were added to this that contribute to how it fell together. And this is probably one of the better Brujah. Next, we have Tura Vaughn by Melissa Benson. You know, I am finding that I really like Melissa Benson's work in this game. Now, not for the obvious reasons, you guys, okay? This is definitely a Brujah. I see a vampire face on her. This looks like a vampire. Not only that, she's a very old and dangerous vampire. I like this one. Melissa Benson always seems to get the spirit of this particular game. And we'll see that as we go through more of the artwork. But it's not really a bias. It's just a pattern that I'm going to lock on to early. Melissa Benson gets it. She gets her. She's told to draw a picture of a vampire, and most of the time she really nails it. I like this picture. It's a Brujah. It's a vampire. It's somebody who does not care. It's somebody who is in charge. Sure, maybe for the S&M kind of thing, but this looks like a female vampire who knows how to dominate without even having the dominate discipline. Now we have Crusher by Pete Venters. You know, sure, I guess it's a Brujah. This guy's a Brujah. Is it a vampire? I don't see a vampire. I mean, if you have a magnifying glass and you look at his little sneer, you see the hint of a vampire fang. So I guess there's just something off-putting to me about seeing a middle-aged guy dressed up in street punk attire. It just doesn't mesh well, in my opinion. This guy looks fine. Again, the artwork is magnificent. I just don't like him. Maybe I'm moving the goalposts. Yes, he's a Brujah. Sure, I guess he can be a vampire because he's showing a fang. But I don't like this guy. I don't like him. Artwork is fine. I just don't like Crusher. I'm not intimidated by him. I'm more intimidated by Lupo here from the very beginning. That's more intimidating because he's got that cold stare. He's got those dead eyes. And I find that more intimidating than Crusher trying so hard to be intimidating. I'm just not a fan. I know he's a Primogen. I still wouldn't play with him. Now here we have Apollonius. This is a fine picture by Tim Bradstreet and Grant Golish. I hope I'm saying those names right. Apollonius looks good. He doesn't look like your typical Brujah punk, but he's clearly a Brujah punk. He's got the jacket festooned with patches, and he's got the armbands, and he's got the I don't care glasses on. Now, why is he wearing sunglasses when he is a night creature? Well, for the style, of course. He's got the headband. He's just got kind of a punk rocker kind of look about him. This is the guy that plays the keyboard in the heavy metal band. I think this was well done. Nothing that bowls me over, but I like him. I would play with Apollonius. The artwork, all of the artwork is fine. It's just, how do I feel about this vampire? Is this guy a Brujah? Yes. Is he a vampire? Oh, I don't know if I see that so much. I mean, in the context of a vampire game, once again, I shrug and go, sure, he can be a vampire if you say so. He looks fine. He looks good. He certainly would not fit in as well in any other clan. He's definitely a Brujah, and a very old one at that. I like him. I would play with him. And then last of all, we have Don Cruez, the Brujah Justicar, The Idealist, by Mark Poole. Once again, Mark Poole. This is a good picture. It's a well depicted, muscled guy. I mean, if I were to guess which of these Brujah was the Justicar, it would definitely be this guy. He looks a little more dangerous than the others. He's got like 6 disciplines. He's definitely the guy you don't want to mess with. But in all honesty, I feel like he would fit better in a Toreador deck. He's got the Toreador look to him, except for maybe the nose chain. Other than that, that's the only Brujah thing that he's got on him is the nose ring and chain. Everything else says Toreador to me. But nothing else in particular. Brujah, not really. I want to say yes. I would play with him. I like him. I like the look of him. He looks good. He looks like a powerful vampire. I just don't see Brujah. I also don't see vampire. I don't see either, and yet I still like him. And I would play with him. He doesn't meet the criteria, but there's just something cool about him. Yeah, he's got kind of a whatever vibe about him. Like, yeah, whatever. I hunt down other vampires and kill them when I'm supposed to. That's my job, whatever. He looks good. The art is fine. He looks fine, but I don't really see a Brujah, and I don't really see a vampire. I don't know what could have been done. Like maybe make him a little more pale. Maybe add some shading around his eyes a bit. Give me a hint of a fang, perhaps. I don't know. But he's rather plain in this pose. And that's it for the Brujah vampires. Next, I am going to do the 5th edition Brujah. We're going to see how I feel about those. See how the new artwork jives with me. Thank you for watching.